there, cuties, and happy Saturday! It has been a little while since I last streamed, maybe a few weeks. As you can probably guess, school got a little bit busy and I had my spring break last week. And during that time, I was meeting one of my friends, which also explains why I haven't been able to stream as of lately. But today, as I finished one university assignment that took me like way too much time to get actually done, I thought that perhaps now I could go ahead and actually stream a little because I got a commission that I need to finish. So that is definitely something interesting that I plan on trying on doing. But this time, the start of the stream may be a teeny tiny bit of slow because I am planning on trying something a little bit different with when it comes to sharing screens. I'm trying to get the chat show up on my phone, which is why I'm trying to do a little bit of a mess around. And the thing that I would benefit about this would be that, and what you guys would benefit about this is that you would get to see a larger area. I get to see a larger area. I get to work on a larger area in general. And I still would have the chat open. And unlike most of people, or not most of people, let's say more professional people, I don't have a double screen. So otherwise I would have like a stream chat on the other stream. And then I would work on the other screen because that's what more professional people do. But yeah, hi One Paper Dart, hi Isinterest, hi Snow Quartz, hi Warrior Cat Animation, hi Fleur the Galaxy, hi Heskia, hi Delphi, hi Random Ihminen, hi Emilia Game. Everyone, welcome to the stream. Excuse me while I try to... Okay, so here it says top chat. And if things would go okay, I could get it actually open on here. And I do have the chat on my currently open just to see that how this actually gets to work. Because it would be amazing if this actually got to work. Oh yeah. Okay guys, I can see the chat. Maybe once this advertisement passes on, I can actually pause this stream on my phone so there isn't actually any echo or stuff related to echo, and therefore my life could be a little bit easier. All right, so maybe I lift this a little bit and somebody write something into the chat. Like right now, my phone shows that it's pretty much like I can see the latest message on my screen and on my phone. But if one of you, or as many of you as you want, can type something into the chat so I can actually see whether it will work, then if it works, I will actually get on started with the stream. Sounds like a good deal, I suppose. And hi, Emma. Thank you. Okay. Yep, it works. It works perfectly fine. Hi, Fireclaw. Welcome to the stream. And therefore, let's see. If I share the screen, let's see if I can actually so now if I now only share my PaintTool SAI window, you will see everything what is happening there. And even if I'm bouncing between the different screens, you don't see anything. Perfect. How are you? I'm doing actually pretty good. Thank you very much. How about you guys? How are you doing? I actually earlier, before I started the stream, I was watching a little bit of a Pokemon with my flatmate. And yesterday, me and my flatmate, we did some cake. If you're following me on Twitter, you probably saw a little video regarding that. I'm probably planning on taking another photo to show off that little cake um, because it turned out delicious, like really, really delicious. And I don't want to sound like exaggerating. It turned out really, really, really good. I think we did pretty well. Anyway, now that maybe I should pause this stream at my background and actually get to the work. So, as I was saying, I am. Hi, Kathy Animation, and welcome to the stream. Um, as you can see, I am working on a commission, and those who read there already, I am working on commission. Pretty self-explanatory. Okay, let's see. So I have the characters line ordered in 3 different layers for the sake of like having a little bit of depth there. And this commission is like pretty much like the characters need to be colored in and the background needs to be shaded. So today I will be starting off with shading off the background and then moving on to the characters, hopefully. But since there are very many layers of characters there, this is gonna take a sweet while. I never asked this before, but where are you from? I am actually from Finland. So English is not my first language, and therefore, if you feel embarrassed about your English, please don't feel embarrassed. I completely understand if English is not your first language, but as long as you still try and use it, that's the way to get better. So don't be ashamed of it. The community that I usually have in my chats is very understanding and very chattable whenever they're actually talking. So please don't feel embarrassed, but instead go ahead, have a fun, and chat with people. You talk very good English. Thank you very much. Probably because I've been like, how long I've been using English now? I've technically used English almost like 10-ish years, like properly used English. So English is pretty much like almost it's one of my favorite language to express myself because it's a lot simpler than Finnish. Finnish is so complicated. So yeah. Random ihminen, I guessed it from your name that you were from Finland because Finnish word I see there. What are you? Uh, okay. What are you working on? I'm working on a commission, and this commission is a book cover kind of thing. And also, this will be the kind of like a final commission before I increase my commission prices. So yeah, I don't know what else to really add there. I'm a little bit stuck, wondering where I should start. I guess it's maybe easier to get started with these branches. So yeah, it has certainly been a while since I did a drawing stream, which is another reason why I thought to do like a drawing stream, since I often animate on my streams, and sometimes people have requested me to do a little bit more of like drawing streams because I do them quite rarely. I usually draw a lot like off camera or when I'm not working on animations. That is pretty much what I do most of the time. So yeah, consider this as like a little bit behind the scenes. Then again, also like those live streams where I actually animate instead of drawing, I guess they could be also be considered as like a behind the scenes kind of things. But yeah, as I said, I do have a Twitter in case someone has happened to miss it. I think I've been now roughly 1 year on Twitter right now. So yeah, if you're on Twitter and are curious to check out my account, it is pretty much like at CuteFlare instead of CuteFlare because CuteFlare was taken. But yeah, at CuteFlare, that is my Twitter account. So if you want to go and pick it out, then go for it. Thank you, Fireclaw and Ace Interest. Yeah, Twitter is one of the more recent things that I've joined in. I also have a Facebook page that I usually use for like showing off like VIPs and such, but because of university, I haven't been doing that as much of as lately. But once I pick up the face again, I will be updating more VIPs there as well. I mainly got Twitter because most of my friends were like, "Hey, you need a Twitter. You're actually missing on a lot of things." Basically, screamed at me for like a couple of years until I actually got a Twitter. And right now, another group of friends of mine are actually screaming for me to get a Instagram. So maybe that is the place that I will be joining up next. Who knows? How come your dog is messed up? Oh yeah, another reason why I thought to try this, like kind of having the chat on my phone or somewhere else that I can like have the entire screen to work on, is because I noticed this little announcement that YouTube had made that the chats of the live streams, they are going to be added to the live streams afterwards they have been streamed, which basically means that I don't think you want, of course, it's not anymore going to work like a live chat. You won't be exactly like able to chat on it, or that's how I understand it. But instead, you can actually cheat the live chat as you watch the stream go along. So that's a pretty neat thing. And usually another reason why I always have kept for like my chat window visible to the screen is because I've kind of like, because I most of the time I answer your guys' questions, and I also like try to respond my best to the chat as I can. So I've always thought that if people who want to watch the stream afterwards won't be able to see the chat, they will most likely have no idea what is going on, and therefore they can have a like an easier time of understanding what I'm actually talking about and who I'm responding to and this kind of stuff. I'm trying to get DeviantArt. Good luck with that. I hope you will enjoy your stay with in DeviantArt if you plan on joining there. Yeah, one of my moderators, Raining Colors, if there is a question that she manages to answer before me, her word is as valid as mine. So something that I thought to put out there. You will improve over time, Fireclaw. Don't let it like put you down if you are not good immediately. Like what you see on my channel is pretty much like a lifelong time of work and practice behind all of this stuff. Like I've been drawing my entire life and I have soon been animating like I've technically animated for almost 10 years now, but as of serious business animating, I've been doing that for like 5-ish years now. So I got a couple of years like behind me, and or actually like a decade worth of like work behind me. So don't feel discouraged if you're like wanting to try something new and it doesn't exactly work out the way that you imagine it to work. Most of the time, like artistic things like drawing or singing or music or playing an instrument, there's something that don't come to you like exactly like that, but you have to work hard for them and be determined to actually learn them because they require a lot of patience and yeah, that's the thing. Oh, that's really nice to hear, Snow Quartz and random ihminen. How are you liking animating so far? Finch is pretty good animator too. Like she does pretty lovely stuff. She's also one of these people that I would consider has very like recognizable style. Okay, I actually want to see how this stream is going on. Okay, yeah, you can see what I'm doing. It's frustrating. Well, I can technically relate. Animating at certain points can be very frustrating, especially if you're working on with like a character that has like a lot of clothing or different kind of accessories. You actually have to like figure out how every single piece in that character like works individually. I would say animating requires a lot of brain work, but once you actually get it work and get it finished, personally, it is one of the most satisfying feelings I know in this entire world to actually like finish and get something done, basically. Keep on practicing Caddy animations. 14 is a perfect age of like experimenting different kind of things, like trying out of different kind of techniques, finding your own style, finding the path that you may want to follow. See ya, Kati Animation. I hope you enjoyed. I actually got a couple of friends that are like who are drawing. They trash quite a lot of stuff and rarely finish anything. I've always been that kind of like a stubborn person that if I have a drawing and I get it at a certain state, I will always finish it whether I think it is turning out crap or not. Like there are certain things that you sometimes have to fail with in order to actually improve and get better with certain things. So of course, not everything will always go as expected when you're improving or trying to find out your own style or your own way of expressing yourself through art. But I think the most important thing to bear in mind is that don't compare yourself to people who are technically out of your league. And in general, don't compare yourself to even to those people who would be on the same level with art as you. Sure, you can kind of like compare yourself in like a constructive criticism kind of way, but not, but don't do it just to destroy your self value or kill the joy of creating art from you. That is actually a pretty bad thing to do. So, and yeah, I often get comments people saying that I'm not as good as you, and the worst part in that is that those people are like at its best like 10 years younger than me, and I'm 22 years old in case someone is curious. You can also find that information around my profiles, but whatever. And it's pretty much like, why are you comparing my yourself to me, especially when I'm like technically 10 years ahead of you? Like there is no way that you could like match your skill level with mine and therefore compare it. Like sure, I may be a little bit like further ahead than you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I am better than you or that I would be better than someone else just because I would have better looking art than someone else. Hi, Cat Lover Lottis, welcome to the stream and bit of a serious talk. But if comparing gives you satisfaction and doesn't and you're not doing it for pushing yourself down on purpose, then I guess by all means go for it. And even if you are doing the comparing just for the sake of like pushing yourself down, I can always say don't do that, but in the end, it's you who is making those decisions. So I can only like give advice, and in the end, you're the one that actually decides whether you're going to follow that advice or no. But like in general, please don't push yourself too hard. Try to enjoy what you're doing. And everyone has their days that when they are like don't feel maybe as like don't feel so strongly about their passions or arts. But those are part of the life and those are something you have to learn to live with it. And hi, it's Nortons. Welcome to the stream. And as Fireclaw said, I'm working on a commission, and a commission is basically an artwork that has been paid to be done. So this is something that somebody paid for me to do, and therefore I'm doing it. So what are you guys doing right now? Apart from watching the stream, of course, or listening to the stream, however you want to actually say it. Because I know some people just like open up streams just to have like a random background music while they're doing something else. So yeah, what are you guys doing? Oh, cool, Cat Lover Lottis. What are you drawing? Are you drawing some warriors again? Okay, Snow Quartz. I hope you had fun. Oh, that's cool. Do you have already planned what you're going to draw? Fireclaw? Oh, your warriors memes. Do you have any specific that you're currently focusing on? And by the way, do you have Discord? Yes, I do have a Discord, but currently that Discord is private. The only place that I am currently like available for everyone, so to speak, is like the public Skype thingy or fan Skype thingy that I made. So if you have a Skype account, you're free to add my account there, and I will accept you. And because of the business, I unfortunately haven't been able to be there as of lately, but I pop on there every now and then. And every time I'm online there, please don't be afraid to talk with me. Or is in the school, huh? Do you have any specific characters that you're currently drawing there? Oh yeah, and also for the Finnish people who are currently on the stream or may watch this stream afterwards, if you're not watching this live, then hi to you too. Tomorrow I plan on at least trying my best. So tomorrow, or hopefully at the latest on Monday, I will be posting on an announcement video about me going to Tampere Kupli comic festival. So keep an eye out for that. I try to whip it up together as soon as possible because it is only like 2 weeks away, and I still kind of want to give some kind of heads up about it before I actually go there. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe, hopefully, and hopefully I get around to do it sometime soon. Welcome back, Katie. That sounds so sweet, Fireclaw. Welcome back to the super amazing Encore tournament. I don't think Game Theory has been doing that for a while, unfortunately. And sure, Fireclaw, if you really want to, then go ahead. Cat lover Lottis, I guess the question is actually like when Jay Feather doesn't get mad. Yeah, I know they. Yeah, it is actually kind of sad that they haven't done it for a while, but I guess it's understandable that they haven't been doing it for a while. I don't know. I think they are rather enjoyable actually, or actually very fun because of the like sudden like uh intro to them. Although I guess I watched a little bit older theory and it was like midway around last year when that had been hosted last time. Maybe, perhaps. But it has definitely been a longer while. Sure, Twitter works as well. Do you still remember the picture? Yes, I do. I remember those things for like a longer while. It's not like I forget about them immediately. All right, cat lover Lottis, I hope you had fun. Oh, hi, Wildfire Wolf. Welcome to the stream. Good job, you. So it seems like Alex, or Faithless Night, however you want to say it, isn't streaming right now. Then again, it's me who is actually streaming on very unusual time. Maybe if I have enough energy, I will stream tomorrow too. Oh, thank you very much. Have fun at the store. Are you gonna go to the basic grocery shopping or gonna shop something more special than groceries? I'm sorry, I don't do subscribe for subscribing. But thank you though. Hi, Really Boy Rivers Evening Entertainment. Welcome to the stream. For those who are a little bit more new to the stream, if you got any questions, feel free to ask them. But before you do, please check the description for frequently asked questions section, just to double check that the question you're wondering isn't already answered there. And if you're wondering what program I'm using, it can be found from the top of the description. So yeah, I'm using PaintTool SAI. Pretty self-explanatory there. And in general, if you ever wonder what program I'm using on, let's say, a next video or something, check the description. I always have them listed there. Oh, back from school. Did you have some kind of like a Saturday school or something? Ah, I see. I hope you had fun there anyway. It kind of feels weird to get adjusted to the fact that the like chat is going on my phone instead of screen. Like my eyes are naturally wandering off to my like right side of the screen. But then again, it's also probably more pleasant this way. Maybe. Sounds unfortunately very accurate, especially on this day and age when technology goes very fast forward and the teachers can't keep up with, and then the students end up being the ones that teaching the teachers the new technically necessary stuff to stay relevant on this day and age. Are you in art college? Uh no. uh I don't know even why I took a while to actually answer that. I'm actually in a university. Technically, I guess it could be called as college, but because I'm in Finland, we don't exactly have things called colleges here. To be more specific, I'm like a University of Applied Science, which is like less lectures, but more of like doing kind of thing. Mm, and I study graphic design. But before I got to the university, though, I have been at like a upper secondary school or high school, however you want to really say that, on an art line. Like it was more like focused on art and or not exactly too much focus on art, but I took more art courses than normal people would do. So, and during and ever since my elementary school up to, well, I was there 11 years. I was in an art school. So that's kind of like I've been in different kind of art programs. And I'm currently getting my degree on graphic design. And for those who don't know what is graphic design, basically it is pretty much like designing visual stuff. That's like as nutshell as you're going to get it. Like graphic design includes a lot of fields, like I mean a lot of fields. It basically covers package designing, web designing, layouting magazines, newspapers, making posters, making CD covers, book covers, whatever covers you can imagine. It's basically kind of like uh, if you want to if you want to study something that is related to art but don't want to ruin it, like you still want to have like a technically drawing as a hobby but still want to include it as part of your studies, then I would really recommend graphic design. Although that is not really a reason why I'm studying graphic design. I wouldn't mind studying art at all. But then again, I'm not complaining. In graphic design, I'm learning a lot of like interesting stuff and useful stuff for me in the future. So it isn't really that bad, so to speak. Um, like for example, I have learned there how to use different kind of Adobe programs. I've learned to how to like lay out stuff. I've learned more things about fonts and texts and this kind of fancy stuff. And yeah, I think the most major thing that I've actually learned there is printing and how to actually like print out your own things and how to lay out stuff. And this is mainly kind of like one of the major things because I dream upon being a storyteller, and like if I get to live full on my dream, it would basically be creating stories, mainly a comic stories, like adventure comics, not like little strip comics that you see on the newspapers, those 3-panel ones, but instead more of like what Marvel is doing. Like I guess Marvel is the closest example there, really. So I've learned how to print my comics and that kind of stuff. It's actually very interesting. So you study animation alone? Yeah, I am completely self-taught with animation. We did have one course of animating at university, however, but uh, I kind of learned something new there. Kind of didn't learn anything new there, so it was kind of like I just try my best at this class, and I want to show the teacher what I can do, kind of deal. And I did, and that course went very well for me. And yeah, I got the highest grade, and that is something like I'm not actually one of those people who are like very grade driven people. Like the thing that I really care about is doing my best. And if I get a good grade alongside of it, then that's cool. That's nice. I'm not complaining at all. And specifically, this animation course was actually one of those courses that I really wanted to do my best on because I wanted to show the teacher what I can do, and I feel like I did it. Of course, I learned like a few little newer things there that I wasn't familiar. It was mainly like I learned what certain terms mean, like a perspective. And yeah, that's about it. I hope I'm making some sort of sense there. Many of my like actually my mom has to like meet up some of my like art school teachers that taught me over at my art school when I still was there, like teachers that I got to know during that 11 years period of time. And they were pretty surprised that I started study graphic design instead of animation. And I mean, it is a possibility that after I get my graphic design degree, I may go ahead and try go into an animation college or university and actually try and learn some stuff there. But at the moment, I don't really see it as a mandatory thing for me to do right now. Hi, Microcat. Welcome to the stream. And you have been noticed. You're welcome. Oh, that sounds great. If you want, you can send it over to me on Twitter, if that is the easiest way for you. Thank you, Fireclaw. I shall check it out in a moment. And how did you find your art style? Pretty much combining things that I thought I would like to have to be part of my style. For example, like neat paws, fluffy, like as a texture, fluffy. Probably doesn't make any sense at all. And yeah, I pretty much combine things that I think that could make my style as mine, so to speak. Hi, Rivi. I see you stalking in the chat. Okay, let me actually briefly see the Twitter thing. Oh my gosh, you draw really well. I absolutely love the way that you have shaded this. Oh, thank you very much. You drew me perfectly. What other things do you do besides art? Wow, that is a little bit harder question actually, because I'm one of okay, plain out, I'm workaholic. Basically, I like to be productive, and basically, if I don't get to be productive, and I'm in a mindset that I'm not okay with it, oh boy, that is not pretty how to English anymore. But like, I mainly do drawing. Uh, I guess animation is also a thing that is counted in art. So that is also a thing that I do. What else? I like singing, although I haven't really gone to any course or like I don't sing in any bands, but like I like singing on my own. I like singing with friends. I like singing just randomly in the middle of a city if I feel like it. And I like to go like cat exhibitions. That is kind of like an extra hobby of mine. Then I also do needle felting. Like if you go to my DeviantArt and check my gallery, there are a few examples of like felted plushies that I've done. So that is also a little minor thing that I do. what else do I do? I guess that pretty much covers up like one of the more major what I do kind of things. Yep, I did retweet it. You're very welcome, Fireclaw. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And of course, as most of the people, or if you have people to hang out with, I also hang out with friends because I guess that's just part of being human life. And especially now that I actually live with one of my friends, it is more of like if I ever feel lonely, I just go and bug her because why the frick not? Oh, thank you, Microcat. I feel really honored that you think so. Hi, Alex. TX, welcome to the stream. And another question, do you like video games? If yes, what is? Yup, I do like video games. And actually, with this, I may fall a little bit short. I do have appreciation for like many other games, regardless my upcoming very short answer. But if you're like a longer time subscriber of mine, you maybe already know this answer. But Pokemon is pretty much the only thing that I play, and I've stayed faithful my entire life, pretty much. Pokemon is the only thing legitimately that I actually play. Currently, I've been playing Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. So I'm more of like a console kind of girl. Mm, of course, if there is an ever like a moments where we are like playing together, like Super Mario or this kind of stuff, I can hop abroad and actually like play those games as well. It's not like I would shut myself out, but like when I'm alone, I mainly play Pokemon. Like that's the end of discussion. And of course, through some YouTubers, or not some YouTubers, mainly through GT Live, I check out what is technically hot in the market right now. So, yeah. I've heard a lot of good about my, Mirror's Edge, and I think I've actually watched like one playthrough about it. Like, not entirely, but like, I think it was like one episode of it, and the start looks amazing. We were actually talking about this with like a couple of my friends who are like also pretty nerdy people. And um, actually, even though I play Pokemon, my first touch to video games was actually when my uncle played Tomb Raider, like a long time ago. And like I was very fascinated about it, even though now looking back at it, the graphics weren't the best. But regardless, it really like struck me as a like a amazing thing. Of course, alongside with Pokemon, I actually do have a couple of other games that I've played, and those are I got a collection of Sonic games on GameCube. haven't played it for a while, but I've played some Sonic games. Like I got the Sonic game collection, and I think there is like 15 or 20 different Sonic games in it. I've played every single one. I don't think I've ever completed all of them, but most of them pretty much. And then another game that I got, but have not completed from the start to finish, is Final Fantasy for GameCube. I think it was Final Fantasy something, something, something. So it's pretty much like, minus those two other games, everything else that I own is Pokemon, pretty much. I think I once counted that I have like close to 20 different Pokemon games, ranging from like normal Fire Red, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Omega Ruby, Black, White 2, these kind of like general games, to spin-offs like Pokemon Colosseum, Pokemon XD, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, as I mentioned, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red, Darkness, Time, and Sky. Oh, that sounds really cool. Alex TX, that your mom has played it. Thank you very much, Microcat. This is actually uh, a commission that I'm currently working on. Like it got a lot to do. Like I've got a lot to do with this one, but I will finish it eventually. I almost had my hopes that I would actually like finish it during the stream, but to be perfectly honest, it is very unlikely. But trying anyway. So what are you guys doing right now? I know I asked this question from people who were joining earlier on the stream, but yeah, in general, what are you guys doing apart from watching or listening to this stream? And of course, if you got any more questions, feel free to ask them. Welcome back, Delphi. Oh, what are you drawing, Microcat? What kind of food are you doing, Emma? Oh, that's cool, Microcat. And thank you very much, DFU. I was actually doing a spring break when I was over at Raining Colors place. We were actually talking about my backgrounds and the fact how I'm sometimes way too detailed with them. Like, I really love detail personally, but sometimes I guess I could also find a little bit like as good looking ways to finish them instead of like adding so much detail into probably places that they wouldn't really be necessary in. Like, how can I put it? Kind of like if there is like a small thing in the background that doesn't really matter, I still like to add their detail just in case, because I'm that kind of person that whenever I like look at the drawing, I usually like to like look at it like truthfully, like looking it all over, checking all the little details. And usually that is some kind of like a Easter egg thingy that I like to leave in my backgrounds as well, like just in case if people are like staring down to the detail, they can actually like find new things, so to speak. Why are you discriminating the pineapples? Emma, give some respect to the pineapples. Them poor pineapples never deserved that. They just want to be in your tummy to be enjoyed and eaten. Okay, that sounded so wrong. But it's food, so you know, whatever. What OS you have? I have on PC Windows. I also got a Windows, so Windows user all the way. But at school, I use Macs because I guess that's kind of design thing. But I'm still more of like a Windows Pro than Mac Pro. Like, okay, sure. After the years I've been actually at my university, I've kind of started to slowly respect Macs. But still, I prefer Windows. For me, Windows is more reliable, honestly. All right, Microcat. Do you know Sotil? Sotil. I probably blustered their username, but I've heard about them. And hi, Galaxy Cherry. Welcome to the stream. At least the username sounds familiar. And actually, after I get this commission done, I will be working on a map part that I will hopefully finish soon enough so I can actually get some more animation content out, because I haven't managed to release an animation for a longer time. which I'm very sorry about. But I also would like to really thank you guys for your patience. Because, as probably some of you know, if you follow me on Twitter or if you following me on my Facebook page, if you're not following me on neither or didn't even know I got those, the links for those should be found in the stream's description. They should be there. If they are not there, then go to any other of my videos, like descriptions, and you should be able to find them. Anyway, those who follow me on like my social media accounts probably know that I've had like AMV on Underworks. And even if you haven't followed me on social media, I guess if you like check out every single video that I post, or have checked the update video or the recent video where I actually fetch my self-made comics, uh, I've shown and teased a little bit longer time now about upcoming AMV, and that is also a reason why I haven't been able to post much animations as of lately, because I've had this a little bit bigger animation project under the works, which is closer being done. And I hope I will get around and finish it soon enough so you guys can actually get a little bit longer content from me than map parts. And personally, I really love how it's turning out so far. And I got someone else to help me out with it, so the progress with it will be a teeny tiny bit faster than I would do while working it on my own. But regardless, it's still taking its time. So yeah, thank you for your patience, and I hope you will enjoy it whenever I actually get around and post it. Thank you, Fireclaw. I hope you enjoyed your stay. You're feeding the pineapple to the dogs. Really, Emma? Really? I mean, I could replace your dogs if I was over at your place, but unfortunately, I'm not. And even if you sent them over to me, they probably would get bad on the way. But why do you discriminate pineapple? Come on. How many people do you normally have on stream? Let me actually see what's the number is right now. 4. Uh, Usually on average, I have like a 7 to 10 or 7 to 13 people. That is like an average number of people that I usually have. And usually later on during the streams, or if there is a very quiet period, then the number is between like a 2 or 4, like it is right now. But then again, I usually stream on Sundays, and Saturdays have always been a little bit like a more bad time for me to stream, because then this is more of like the day that most of the people don't really join on the stream for some reason. Maybe because some other YouTubers like stream during this time, so they watch those, I guess, or have some other activities than YouTube on Saturday. But yeah, regardless, I usually stream on Sunday, and if I have enough energy, I may be streaming again Sunday, where hopefully more people may join. No, it's fine. I'm still happy that there are people who are like still watching me, and as long as you people in the chat stay active and actually like actively want to chat and talk with me, then I'm completely fine with it. Thank you, and Jurado. I'm really glad to hear that. Well, Emma, how the dogs like the pineapples, or did you give it to them already? Well, that's nice. Now you got pineapple trash, aka just feed the pineapples to your dogs. Oh yeah, out of curiosity, Emma, am I actually on your laptop, or do you have me put on TV? Sounds reasonable. Oopsie, that went too far. Nah, I was just curious. Since you said you were making food, so I thought to ask, like, for the sake of asking. How is the secret thing going on? And Galaxy Terry, unfortunately, I can't promise whether I will be able to like check out your channel. Most of the time, I'm quite busy with the things that I do, and I really hope you understand that and don't get upset. Like, I can't promise that I can check out your channel like properly, but I bet you still do wonderful content, and hopefully you will keep up with doing the content that you do right now. Okay, we don't we do not discuss about that then. Yeah. Okay, Emma. I guess it didn't go as expected. Alrighty. Take all the time you need. Thanks, I'll do my best. Hi, unknown feline. Welcome to the stream. Oh, yeah, and it seems like Game Theory has published a new theory about Petscop. I wonder, is it any watchable than the first one? The first one was pretty scary. Like, even if I skipped the detailed part of that Petscop theory, it still was awful to say the least. Maybe because I'm quiet, perhaps, or then you just happen to hit the silent spot. Yep. Even though I tend to be pretty loud for like a normal Finnish standards, I still have the um ability to be quite quiet whenever I don't have exactly anything special to say. So that usually explains the deadly silent moments. So sorry about that. Oh, haven't you? Well, welcome to the stream then. Or I hope you will enjoy your stay here. Probably not the most fanciest art streams that you probably see around, but still, regardless, I hope you enjoy. Then I suppose this place is definitely for you. Although I often do more like animation streams than drawing streams, I still draw like stream myself drawing every now and then. Do you have any favorite bands or musicians? Ah, that's a nice one. Um, as for favorite bands, I don't specifically have any like properly favorite band. Uh, but one of my like favorite singers that I've actually constantly like their content is Kesha. And well, I guess oh, am I great with names? Yes, I am. And as of lately, I've been listening a lot of musicals, like a lot of musicals. I really like musicals in general, like when I was in upper secondary school or high school, however you want to say that. I was part of like a musical project. And so I really like Hamilton. I like Heather's the musical. Those are also like some of the music that has been like for a longer time my favorite now. And yeah, as my moderator answered, yeah, I'm Finnish. I actually wondered did somebody else make that Croatian comment earlier on this stream? Like, um, it could be it is just me thinking things, but I have a feeling I've like heard the Croatian comment before. Not in a sense that I would take it offensive, of course not, but more of like, I think I've heard that before kind of sense. Okay, let's see. My phone just decided to cut the internet. So let's see if I can actually open up the chat again. Yeah, I actually was referring to that upload that he made. And Denala Flowers is streaming right now. As as I said earlier, this is actually very and Blue Maroon is also streaming right now. Well, they shall be streaming all they want. This is actually a very unusual time for me to stream. I'm often a Sunday streamer, actually, so this is a pretty rare time for me to actually be streaming. To be perfectly honest, which also explains the lack of audience right now, because most of the people who have been following me for a longer time, they are more used to the fact that uh, I actually stream on Sundays. So yeah. Hi, Witchy Vermilion. Welcome to the stream. Emma, if you do watch it, please inform me if it's actually like not so nerve-wracking as the first theory. That's probably why you have only a few people watching. Yeah, that is most certainly a reason. And of course, as usual, I don't really mind if people watch other people stream, like when I'm streaming. I mean, it's people's personal choice. I can't force anyone to like watch me when I'm streaming, and everyone who decides to watch me, thank you so much. The stream has been actually going on for 2 hours. I am actually surprised. And then again, I also think that my animating streams may be a little bit more popular than my drawing streams. Although I must say this fact actually may be false, but yeah. All right, unknown feline. I hope you enjoyed the while you got to stay here. Thank you very much. How many people are actually watching at this point? Yeah, only one. And I guess it's you, Emma. I guess I try and actually shade this picture a teeny tiny bit forward and then maybe finish the stream and continue working on this picture off screen. Oh, geez, this background is going to include so many layers. Or should I say this background is going to have so many layers? Hi there, welcome to stream. Okay, let's see if I can reopen the chat from my phone because for some reason my phone's internet decided to cut out. Because apparently that's the thing. Unfortunately, I probably won't be going for too long. Maybe like finishing off a few more layers, and then I will be continuing this commission of stream. So, but this stream will be still up on my channel maybe for a few days. So if you want to go ahead and rewatch the progress, Clover, then you're free to do so. But I'm planning to continue this on off stream. Well, good morning for you in that case. As you can probably guess, it is getting closer to evening here, or night. I guess it's still evening. It's like soon 9 p.m., which I suppose is evening more than night, but technically nearing to be night. Anyway, you get the point. Understandable. I'm really glad to hear that. I hope the final result will be as lovable as the process of it. I'm really glad to hear that, and I'm really glad to hear you have such a mentally about it. Like, you're a really good commissioner, in all honesty. And like, thank you so much for commissioning this. I'm sorry that this has taken a while to be completed. Oh, Emma, you're darking that like very, very sinisterly. Then again, the first theory about Petscope was very, very sinister, but that sounds like this theory that they just posted is like a teeny tiny bit more sinister than the previous one. Or am I detecting the signs correctly? sounds very sinister. I shall say if I like have enough like mental willpower after the stream that whether I will go ahead and watch it or not. Oh yeah, and Glover, if I am not super exhausted, I may be streaming your commission again tomorrow. If I haven't got it done by then, but most likely I may be working on this tomorrow stream also. If I host a stream, that is. Hello, water bottle. Okay, let me restart my phone because for some reason the mobile data isn't working right now. Hi, Nina, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Oh, it is completely all right. I hope you will feel better soon, though. Don't feel sorry. I'm glad you at least saw the message. And as I said, hopefully the illness will pass soon. Sounds like it's very annoying. I hope you hadn't got a flu though. Because I've heard that the like a seasonal flu that is going around is very nasty. Hi Anna, welcome to the stream. Ouch, that doesn't sound so nice, Clever. And oh no, hopefully it will pass soon. For you, Nina. Definitely doesn't sound nice if it has been going on for a week. Is it getting any better though? Or is it still like going on as strong as it did from the start? My flatmate was actually like uh sick a couple of days ago, but she's finally getting better. And it seems like for my fortunate, I actually haven't gotten anything, at least of yet, unless it decides to backstab me right when I'm like, yay, I didn't get anything. Which actually, like, I don't know, is this really like a funny story in quote unquote, like funny, but like, um, over the spring break, after I visited at Raining Colors place, I went over to my like hometown visiting my family. And the day before, or no, on the day when I was supposed to return back to my like apartment, back to my like studying city, because like where my family lives is like a 5-6 hour travel with train and like a car over there. So yeah, I don't exactly visit there every weekend. But on the day when I was leaving back to back to the city of my university, um, my older little sister got like a stomach virus or bacteria. You know, she got the throw up sickness or like sickness that makes you want to throw up. I guess those have like a proper name in English, but regardless, I guess you guys know what I'm talking about. So I just leave when I'm leaving. My mom is like, "I hope you don't get this," and I'm like, "Haha." Knowing my immune system, I probably don't have it because I'm actually very fortunate to have like a really good immune system. So I get sick like very, very rarely, like once a year, around like that kind of numbers. So anyway, I get back to my apartment and my flatmate is like almost equal to death. Okay, not death, but she's like very sick, and I'm like, oh boy. And so far, 1 week has passed, and I've got nothing. As I said, unless the sickness decides that, oh, you didn't get sick yet, you don't have this in your system. Well, howdy, wait for this. Throwing up is like never nice. I've been sick 2 weeks now. Oh, feel better soon, Yona. That doesn't sound pleasant either. I guess the longest time I've actually ever been like sick or ill or sick, however, has been like um I think I was 8 years old or not 8 years old. I think I was 12, around like 12, something like that. I remember this like 2008 ish, something along those lines. And hold on a brief second. Okay, so I was about 12, and I don't remember whether I had a flu or something, but anyway, you guys probably know when your flu kind of like extends, like you're technically better, but it hasn't gone away. So you have these kind of like side effects. So that was like one thing that I had. And my mom constantly like got me checked by a doctor. And the doctor was like every time giving me like a different kind of pills that would kill different kind of bacteria. It was awful. Like as a person who already has asthma and has like a regular medication for that, I pretty much was given like even extra medicine on top of that. Like I was, I if I remember correctly, I was eating like three different pills plus my like asthma medication, which was like six different medicines together. And it was like, and then finally, like I think it was like a fourth or fifth visit that the doctors were like, oh, now we know actually where the problem is, or like we may be guessing where the problem is. Let's check up the like what are those, like a nose pocket thingies, and they check it, and then they're like, yep, there's the problem. We have been solving the wrong problem this entire time. And I'm like, I could have done without some of those antibiotics, you know? Actually, even last time I was sick was actually like when I was in Ireland for exchange. So last November, actually. Like I have no idea what I got. I guess I just got the regular cold slash small flu, and it would have technically been over in 3 days if I wouldn't have like um gone to like school basically. We had these group project things at the course, and I was like, I don't want to miss these. And it was pretty much like I was slightly getting better. I was stubborn, thinking that, nah, I don't need a rest. I go to school, then I get back, I feel even more crap than I did before. And oh boy. Then at some point it got like really like worse, and I was like, okay, fine, like I stay back at the apartment as much as I dislike the idea. And I think it was over like in a weekish. But it was one of those things that like, yeah, I feel better. I can absolutely do whatever I want. And then you're not actually better and you're just fooling yourself, and you actually put yourself like under more pressure, something along those lines, and then you're like, well, screw this, I'm just gonna do my stuff. But you end up getting more and more sick, and you're like, ugh. What am I looking for? I don't know even. Wait, that is not on that layer. And these three. Okay, I guess I will finish off shading these trees, and then I will be closing the stream. I may be stream tomorrow. No promises though. But if I feel like it, if I have enough energy for it, I will be streaming tomorrow. So I guess that's a little heads up in case anyone wants to join. And probably going to continue with this drawing unless I manage to finish it before, but we shall see. I got some deadlines coming up with university as well, so I guess I also have to work on those. I was actually earlier today working on one school assignment that I finally got done, and oh boy, I had been working on it for like quite a while actually. Let's say like a few weeks effort was put into it, and I I sincerely hope that my teacher appreciates all my effort. Because if she doesn't, then I'm just gonna be like, you have to be kidding me. I don't feel like I did the best with the assignment, but then again, I'm decently happy what I came up with. And I guess after I've got it shown to the teachers, I may post it or post bits of it to my DeviantArt just to because I'm really happy how it turned out. Like even if my teacher is gonna say that's a piece of poop, I'm still pretty happy what I got. Mainly as a, like individual parts, but also as a how I got it work as a whole because I mainly worked it like making pieces for a puzzle and then putting that puzzle together. And for that, I'm pretty decently happy. Thank you, Clover. Really appreciate it. May I ask your opinion on a few parts of my story? Which parts are you asking specifically? If you want, you can add the details on the Skype so I can catch up on them like easier. But if you're like asking about the first four parts that are the prology, um, hi Irish Cripples, welcome to the stream. I hope you will enjoy your um. I hope you will enjoy your final bits of the stream because I'm probably planning on finishing this stream soon. I'm sorry. But I might be streaming tomorrow, so if you want to tune in for that, if I have enough energy for it, then yeah, I may be streaming tomorrow. Ah, the prology. Is it too bland? Mm, I personally think that they are okay as they are. Like, I don't see any reason to change them. Like, sure, there are some elements that some may consider as cliche kind of bits, but personally, uh, the story seems interesting. There are many, like, you have done a really good job setting up few mysteries up already. And if you really want to like the only way I can think like quote unquote make it better if like that is exactly what you're seeking for, maybe like you have already made it somehow descriptive, but maybe like add a little bit more like description there, and maybe like slow down the pace a tiny bit. Because right now, what I'm feeling is that things are happening like they're happening in a flash, so to speak. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's of course like depending on the pace of your story, how you wanna represent it, and therefore I like it how you are like getting directly to the point. Like you're not holding the reader back for too long, but if you really want to add in more like more detail, what is happening at certain parts, for example, the first part, then maybe add a little bit more description, like more maybe thoughts what the characters are thinking, or more thoughts about the surroundings, or like how the characters may be feeling at that right moment. I don't know am I making any sense right now, but of course in the end the choice is yours. You do whatever. But I personally think that what I've read so far, uh, it keeps interest, which I would consider is like one of the most important things. And hi, Evie. Nice to see you around here too. I'm working on a commission actually. This is a little bit bigger commission than those I've been working on lately, so that is always fun. Thank you, Evie. If we do our focus on us, absolutely. That sounds great. Sorry if I hesitated for a moment. I'm slowly starting to like, my brain is starting to feel a little bit muffled. But yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I haven't drawn Flare for a while, so I mean, if you want to. Okay, Clover. I shall. Um, I shall see. Could you also add that implement thingy to the Skype so I don't actually lose it? Well, Flare is she is very fluffy version of a Flareon, to say the least. But that actually sparks my interest. How many birthday presents have you actually tried to do for me, like during these past years, if you don't mind me asking? And actually, how many times have you even tried to attempt to like make a birthday present for me? Hi, Emerald. Welcome to or MR. Welcome to the stream. Ah, really? Oh yeah, actually talking about warrior stories. Yes, hello, email. Actually talking about warrior stories. I don't know how many of you guys have been following me for like a longer time, or if you have been exploring my galleries. Regardless, uh, I don't know how many of you know my comic Path of Stars that ended, got discontinued because, well, I explained that in Eternal a little bit better, where I compare Yellow's and Path of Stars prologies with one another. Anyway, did you know, or, well, did you know? This is not exactly a trivia fact, but like, I haven't read Dawn of the Clans. I know some of you probably have read Dawn of the Clans. Anyway, there's one book in Dawn of the Clans that is named Path of Stars, and if I recall correctly, it's the last book of the series. And I remember when it got published, a couple of my friends who like also own some characters in the comic because best friend privileges, uh, they came up to me like, "Hey, Flair, look, Erin Hunters have stolen the name of your fan comic." And it was like it was for like a good lads. It wasn't pretty much like, rage quit like, hey, go white knight your comic and get some good prize money out of suing them with your like comic fan fiction, whatever. Nothing like that, but like we were actually joking about like, haha, I wonder have Erin's ever seen my comic and therefore thought that that was actually a pretty nice name and therefore given that name to their one of their books. But like, good one, Erin's, good one. I came up with that name like 5 years before that book even came out. Hi, Prambul Takato. Welcome to the stream. Ah, you're Snowflake, right? And okay, Emerald. For some reason, I keep mixing your username for that. Well, hello there. If you could be kind, could you please fix the door? And actually, regarding Path of Stars, I still love the story, but right now I don't really like have much time slash energy to like spend on another comic. But I'm still like trying to think and like whenever I feel more energetic for Path of Stars, I may try and maybe perhaps make it kind of like have a picture, piece of story, have a picture, piece of story kind of way. Technically, kind of like trying to draw like a chapter panel things and then include a little bit of a story into the description. But that is still technically work in progress, even though I've been thinking about it for the past couple of years, to be perfectly honest. And actually, like, why Path of Stars this content continued in the first place. And for those who haven't read the journal, if any of you are curious, I can actually link the journal in the chat. But like in a nutshell, even though I had the comic fleshed out inside my head, I never really like did it properly. Like the way I did it was basically I did a page and I posted it, and then there could be like months break until I worked on the next page and posted it. Like it was very unorganized and in general because I didn't have any like a proper visual plan to follow up with. So it was pretty much like whenever I came up to the next page, it was the point that I started to think like, okay, what do I do with this next page? And that is like, if you're ever doing a comic, don't make that mistake. Like I'm talking by personal experience. Don't do that. You will save yourself from a lot of trouble. Ah, okay, Spoon. Nice to see your new username. Okay, hold on a moment. I shall continue in a moment. What kind of comic do you have in plan, CV? Or as work in progress? Oh, good luck with that. Is it like a fan comic or like a more original one? Where are my shading colors? There they are. I have to animate hi Fleur, I have to animate a cat with so many spots. Any recommendations on how to get the job done more quickly? Uh, I don't know. Have you heard about the like a keyframe in between technique? What I would recommend is that you look at the design and maybe pick like the start frame, the last frame, and frame like in the middle somewhere. You do those first, and then tackle the design by going each middle frame again, kind of like a between the. Then you do the frame between the first layer and the middle layer by having a like a first and middle layer like opacity on low, so you kind of see where the spots are. This is only me assuming that you have a like a either drawing program that has layers or some kind of animation program. I guess the drawing program is more likely. Regardless, um, so kind of like have this in between technique kind of thing that you do like a keyframes for the spot coloring, and then in between those spots by progressing with like not in order but more of like going middle by middle by middle by middle if that makes any sense. Hi Delphi, welcome back once again. And okay, Clover, take your time. You're welcome. I hope that helps. Mm. Oh, you got cupcakes. What flavor? And what else before I turn the stream down? Unless my phone wants to be nice and actually put up the chat, but why would it ever? You're welcome. I didn't know that you two, Spoon and Storm, started to chat like more frequently. Then again, I guess it was guessable because you two seem to be very similar with personality. Oh, vanilla cupcakes. Are they good? Good job, you two. Fair enough, Phoebe. Me and my flatmate actually, we have our self-made chocolate nut cake into the fridge right now. If you want to see pictures of that cake, go over to my Twitter or her Twitter, and you can see pictures. It's really good. Okay, I was going to finish this stream after I finished shading those trees. Actually, let me save this picture because I haven't saved it for a while. Um, so I was actually planning to finish it here. So let me actually ask you guys, because at one point there was like only one person, and now there is 8 of you watching this. Would you like me to keep going for a while longer, or or would it be fine with me stopping now, and perhaps if I have enough energy tomorrow, I may do another stream tomorrow? How did the petal storm picture actually end up? What do you mean with that? Wow, thanks. Thanks, Storm. I really appreciate your caring. What are you doing actually on the Join Me? Did you finish your sister's birthday picture? Hi, Cheap Doggo. Welcome to the stream that may be unfortunately ending as of now. But I may be streaming tomorrow. So feel free to come there. Okay, it seems like you guys seem to be fine if I just finished it here. Look at you, Evie, throwing all kind of deals at me. But I mean, if it keeps you productive for a while longer, then maybe I could join you or join me. Yes, unfortunately, Chief Luna Moon. But I may be streaming tomorrow, so maybe you will have a better luck then. Now you're pulling the bleeding car on me. Hey, yeah, unfortunately, you got here as it is ending, but this is what I got so far. Got some shading done. Yay! Couple of more trees, some bushes, and characters to go. But yeah, as I said, and probably I'm just repeating myself, I may stream tomorrow. Right now, I feel highly positive that I may be streaming tomorrow, but no promises. I can just hype about it. Uh, Chief Lunamoon, you were on the same time zone as me, right? So perhaps around 6 p.m. GTM +2. And wait, I have a question. Yeah, go ahead. You can ask that question. Oh boy, this stream has been going on over 3 hours. I thought honestly this stream wouldn't go on this long. And I don't mind it. Like, even though there was like a silent spot, like I'm really happy that some of you guys joined near at the end. You have definitely made this very pleasant stream. Who's your favorite evolution? My favorite evolution is Flareon. Yeah, see you there, Evie. And yeah, as of now, I will go chill for the rest of the evening. I'm pretty tired. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. And this is what I got done today. A little bit shaded further the commission. For those who are interested in commissioning me or such, my commission prices are going to be increasing or get a little bit higher after I finish this commission. So if you still wish to get like commission from me with a little bit cheaper prices, then until I have this picture done, you have the time, which I guess is like 1 or 2 more days. So I guess that's about it. If you're interested, the link to the commission journal is in the description. If you're not interested, then that's fine. It's like completely okay. But I deeply appreciate it if you're like genuinely interested. Anyway, we have been going on 3 hours and 15 minutes, which was a lot better than I actually thought. Regardless, I'm very happy with the result. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your little viewing session with me of me drawing and shading this picture. And as I said, I may stream tomorrow. And if I hopefully will, then I shall see you guys on tomorrow's stream. But regardless, good night from Finland, and I love you all.